Hey folks, it's Mark here from Harmonics, where we give you the knowledge to get good on guitar. And today we're doing a beginner's cute, cheeky little blues lick. Check this out. So what I've decided to do today is something a little bit different than what I've done before. Because the beginner level of guitar and intermediate and advanced is such a broad area, what I decided to do today with this lick is I'm going to show you how to play it if you are on the really low end of beginner. And when I mean low, I don't mean bad or terrible. I just mean at the beginning end of beginner, right? I'm also going to show you a way to do the lick as you're approaching intermediate. So you've been playing for a little while and you're starting to come out of the beginner zone. I thought it might be useful for you. You can let me know in the comments below. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. I'm uploading all the time at the moment. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get into the lick. As discussed, I'm going to show how to do this lick from a bottom end beginner level. And then I'll show you how to do all the little nuances and add all the little bells and whistles to make it sound like in the demonstration. Let's start with the beginning of beginner. And what we're doing is our second finger is on fret 9 on the G, and our first finger is on fret 8 on the B. We're just going to play down, up, down, down, up, down, like that on the G, the B, and the G respectively. We're going like this. Let me play it slow. So my fingers are in place. So I'm playing 9 on the G with a downstroke, up on the 8 on the B, and then back to the 9 on the G again. And I'm going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And I'm allowing this to have a chord voice. So I'm allowing the notes to overlap. So I'm not going. All right? So notice that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm doing that twice. Then I'm just sliding down with my two fingers, one fret. So we're going from 9 to the 8 and from the 8 to the 7 on the G and the B respectively with our first two fingers. And I'm playing that just once, down, up, down. Okay, like we did at the start, but we did this twice. We're only doing it once here. So together. Then we move down with our first finger to fret 5 on the B, and we upstroke that. Our third finger comes over onto the 7 on the G. We downstroke that. We pull off to fret 5 on the G, so that'll be. And then our third finger comes over onto the 7 on the D with a downstroke to hit the root A. The final thing is we do two double stops for absolute beginners, which is what this is now. I'd recommend just barring with your first finger, okay? And we're going to be barring frets 7 on the G and the B, and we're only playing those two strings. And then we're moving down to 5 and 5 on the G and the B. And we're playing that with a down 2. And that's the whole thing. So let me do it again really slow. Up to speed. And that's the entry-level beginner version. So let's move on now to the upper beginner version. So if you've done the first part and you're looking to improve the way it sounds and kind of modify it a little bit and bring it up to more to an intermediate level, this one is for you. What I'm doing is I'm kind of sliding. My second finger is going to be on 9 and my first finger is going to be on 8, just like part 1. But in order to play this, instead of just going, I'm actually going to be sliding every time I do it. Rather than playing a down on the 9 itself, I'm playing a down sort of anywhere on the G string, sort of roughly here in the center. like that. I wouldn't go all the way down here because you might not have the speed or dexterity to get back here in time. So just don't go too fast. Kind of float around between 5 and 8. Like that. Then I'm just doing the same thing again in the 1 fret position down, but I'm also sliding into it. Up to speed with all that. You're probably going to have to practice this a little bit just to get your accuracy, because you may find when you slide you're kind of like all over the place at first, maybe. Kind of gripping your fingers so tightly that the slide feels really forced. You'll find the strength that you need that's specific to you. Okay, so don't worry about too much about that. Just don't put too much pressure on it, on your fingers, okay? Just nice and easy. Just move into those notes, glide into them. Right, the next part. In the first part, we went up to fret 5 on the B, and we went... If you remember, we did an up, a down, a pull off to 5 using our 3rd finger to create the note, and then it went over and it hit the 7. What we're doing here, instead of coming up on the 5 here, on the B string, coming over to the 7 on the G, and then pulling off to the 5, we're not doing that. We're going to bend the 7 on the G up to the pitch of 5 here, or 9 on the same string. And then, with a downstroke, by the way, we release the bend, then another downstroke, and a quarter bend on the 5. And then another downstroke on the root. Doing these 3 downstrokes in a row creates even attack on each of these 3 notes. So it sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that kind of sound. Okay, so there's a reason why guitar players often pick the way that they do. And when it's all downs, there's more dynamics to the string. There's more kind of force going on the notes. And for this particular thing, I think it sounds better if you use downstrokes. Once we've done that, on the offbeat, okay, so you have to imagine 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, da. On the and there, we're going to play an open A with a downstroke. And instead of doing this, which is how the first part of it finished it off, we're actually going to slide our 1st finger double stop bar to 7 and then naturally pull it back, slide it down without another pick and add vibrato if you know how to do that yet. Okay, so that's going to sound like this. So that's quite a lot to remember. So let's do it all together really slow. That's the finished thing. Once you've got all that in there and you've got a little bit more skills in your left hand and you know exactly what you're doing, it should come together. If you give it time and effort, you should be fine. Okay, so let's play it up to speed one more time so you can hear exactly how it should sound, okay? So did you enjoy that? I'd love to know what you thought of this video. Especially the fact that I showed you the sort of basic version of the lick and then the more slightly advanced version of it, even though it's all beginner. So if you have any thoughts on that, please let me know. I'll link the beginner playlist up here as well. Maybe there's something else in there you might like. If you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Well, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that and good luck with it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.